7 signs you're trauma bonded. There's a reason you can't walk away, even when they've hurt you more times than you can count. This isn't just love. This is a trauma bond, a powerful psychological trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of pain and hope. And the most dangerous part? You often don't realize it till it's too late. What is trauma bonding? A trauma bond is an emotional attachment formed through repeated cycles of abuse, followed by brief moments of kindness or affection. It's what happens when your brain confuses survival with connection and pain with love. This bond is common in relationships with narcissists, abusers, or toxic partners, and it can feel impossible to break. So, how do you know if you're trauma bonded? Here are 7 psychological signs and how to break free. Sign 1. Emotional roller coaster. You live on the edge of extreme emotional highs and crushing lows. One moment, they're loving and apologetic. Next, they're cruel or distant. This emotional whiplash creates an addiction to the highs, just like any drug. Sign 2. Justifying their behavior. Constantly explain away their toxic behavior. Say they didn't mean it, or they had a rough childhood. But deep down, if someone else told you the same story, you'd call it abuse. Sign 3. Fear of abandonment. The thought of being alone terrifies you more than the mistreatment itself. You feel like you need them to survive, even though they're the ones causing the pain. Sign 4. Isolation. Slowly, you've drifted away from friends and family. Maybe they've warned you, or maybe you've pulled back out of shame. Either way, you're more alone than ever. Sign 5. Guilt and shame. You feel like leaving would make you the villain. You blame yourself for the fights, their anger, or their withdrawal. This is how trauma bonds trap you, by flipping the script. Sign 6. False hope. You cling to the good times, replaying them over and over. You believe they'll change. If you love them harder, it'll go back to how it was, but it never does. The real them was the mask. This is who they are. Sign 7. You blame yourself. You've started to believe you're the problem, that you're too sensitive, too emotional, it's too needy. This is not true. It's gaslighting. And it's one of the most powerful tools in trauma bonding. How to break free. So how do you escape a trauma bond? 1. Recognize the cycle. Awareness is step 1. Cut off contact if possible. Block, delete, protect your peace. 3. Seek support. Trauma-informed therapy, online communities, and trusted people. 4. Understand. This wasn't love. It was survival masquerading as connection. You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. Trauma bonding is powerful, but it's not permanent. Healing starts with truth, and that truth begins now. Subscribe to The Shadow Lens for weekly insights into dark psychology, emotional survival, and how to take back your mind. Have you ever experienced trauma bonding? What helped you break free? Share your story below. Someone reading this might need to hear it.